It just said we're having trouble going. I think we're live. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my live stream. You know, we're 500 feet above the streets of New York City as the sun comes up. That's Central Park in the distance. Looks like we're gonna have a decent sunrise, man. It looks like that whole sky might just light up. That would be very, very cool on this might as well be Friday. Dude guy, where the F is the snow? The snow? We've gone close to 700 days here in New York City without significant snowfall. So none of us expect snow anytime soon. What's up, Steven? How are you? Mike O'Donnell, Henry Wheeler. Opie is late. Yes, I am. Dude guy, what's up? Down by the river. Oh. Take me to... Did I just snort after that? Jesus. Walking doggy. No, I'm not walking doggy. Nick Umrican, how are you, brother? Good morning. Ted Palawada, good morning. Tom Taylor, good morning. To the squad. Of course, the squad. Those are the people I give a crap about. The people that have been with me for, man, at this point. It's been a few years, no? I think it's been a few years. Chris Tartaglia, good morning, Open Gang. Good morning. What's up, Matt Davis? How are you? We got the Robert Cowley. Good morning, Cupcake and crew. How are you? I'm good. I'm tired, you know. We had the building Christmas party last night. Oh my God, it's a way for the building to show that our money goes somewhere. The food was glorious, just delicious food. Catered big time, but it's in a lobby. So the building, look, this building can't figure out its crap. It's nice they have a Christmas party every year. Of course it is. And it's like they got a harp player. We got the Christmas tree, but we got some Jewish decorations, I think. At least that's what it looked like. You got sushi coming out. You got the best roast beef, honestly, I've had in a long time. You got the salmon. You got the salads. You got the turkey. You got hors d'oeuvres. People on trays walking by you. Or you want to try a brisket burger? You know, stuff like that. And it was absolutely awesome. But year after year after year, you get this beautiful plate of food. Beautiful plate of food. You're trying out everything, man. You're trying out the pastas, and then it's time to try to find a seat. But because this building hasn't figured out common space for anybody, you know, everyone now sits on the floor with their glorious plate of food. And you catch it up with some of the people that you do like from the building, but we're all just sitting on a floor. We're sitting on radiators. Opes are with the Gordon Gecko office view. What's up, Adam? How are you? So it was the Christmas party last night. It was very, very nice. It was very nice. And then somebody walked by with a tray. You know, it was dessert time. This is one of the things I really need to know more about. And they go, would you like a kosher jelly donut? And I go, what is a kosher jelly donut? And the person goes, I don't know. All I know is it took us over 5 minutes in the back to break the seal of the kosher jelly donuts. And I'm thinking to myself, what is that all about? And then she calls over the chef, and he's just like, it's a whole thing. It's blessed by a rabbi. They use special tapes to seal this thing. It's very hard to break the seal. I think it's made with margarine or something. He's like, it's the only thing I didn't prepare. You know, we have to get that from a very, very special kosher place. And then, you know, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm going to speak for all religions. Can I speak some? I'll say some to give myself a little wiggle room. Some of the religious traditions I don't get or understand. And maybe it's not for me to understand. So cheers on that. Cheers on the kosher jelly donut. Ba-da-dum-bum-bum. We got the XM202 Afro off the Twitch. Good morning, Open Squad. Good morning to you, brother. Hope you have a lovely day. You got the Twitch to yourself. I do have a Twitch account, and because I got extra places I could go live now, because StreamYard up their game. One of the places I could pick is Twitch, and so this one guy, he's the only guy. It shows my stats. It says one guy. And I even know how long you watched and everything, XM202 Afro. So thank you. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the daily live stream. Oh, one of those parties, RJ Hinner says. But year after year, you would think the building would go, it's kind of weird that we spend so much money on the catering and really nice wine and nice drinks for the kids. I had a couple ginger ales if you need to know the truth. And it's just weird that after, you get this glorious plate of food that's just lovely. You could take a picture of it for your Instagram. You're now sitting on the floor with your knees up to your chest trying to eat this beautiful food. And you think year after year they would finally go, you know what, maybe we should get some high tops in here. What's up, Greg Buell? How are you? Todd, what's going on? Got the Ken Gregory, Honky Tonk, Tennessee. Good morning, all. By the way, that New York City drop, that New York City backdrop is pretty cool this morning. Yeah, this is what I love about the live stream in the morning. The backdrop changes almost daily. Sometimes it's really dramatic and really cool. Other times it's boring. Sometimes the sun just wipes out my face. I don't care. I don't care. I'd rather have this backdrop every morning than light the whole thing properly. Like within another 15 minutes, then I'll be in silhouette mode. And I simply don't care. And I know you guys don't care. So you think Howard retires next year after death of BFF Ralph Cirella? Man, turns out Ralph Cirella had some kind of lymphoma that was treatable, but he didn't go to the doctor or something like that. A lot of us fear the doctor, and then it went out of control or something, and they're calling it turbo. I don't know. Look, man, I don't like Howard Stern, but I don't know why I have to say that, but it's true. I don't like the guy. He stinks. He doesn't stink. He doesn't stink as a broadcaster, but he stinks in many other ways. And I feel bad for him. I don't think Howard Stern has a lot of real friends. When you're the guy in the big seat, it's hard to know who your real friends are. And I don't think he has a lot of real friends. And I really believe Ralph Cirella was one of his really, really close friends. And so it's a real drag, man. I'm still dealing with that to a certain point with the loss of Carl Ruiz. So I'm like, man, I know how that feels. And a lot of you guys know how that feels. So, I'm going to say my heart goes out to Howard Stern and his fan base today. Because I know Ralph Cirella was a massive part of that radio show. I should be an ass. I should be an ass like Howard has been over the years when someone dies that he didn't like, or someone dies that is associated with someone he didn't like. He goes all in and makes it really, really hurt. Maybe I should do that. But I can't be that guy. JD Straight Shot, have you ever noticed how many topics Jimmy can relate to? Yesterday, Sam brought up, wow, you really, do you hate listen to Jim and Sam, JD Straight Shot? JD Straight Shot gives me one of these every day, and I kind of like it. Yesterday, Sam brought up GTA 6. Jimmy doesn't know anything, so eventually the topic dies, and Jimmy goes back to butt stuff, Kiss, and Ozzy. Look, Jimmy is not well-rounded. Jimmy has no business. He's got a gig and I don't, so maybe he does have all the business in the world to do a stupid radio show, but he can't talk about a lot of different things, and he definitely can't talk about a lot of different things when it comes to pop culture. Sorry you didn't have Krispy Kreme. Man, I would have liked the Krispy Kreme. Oh no, man, the rest of the desserts were just outstanding. The whole thing, the whole Christmas party last night was outstanding. And then we figured out because there's a lot of people that live in this building. As soon as the desserts come out, oh my God. Everyone just goes nuts for the desserts, right? We figured if we could sit on the floor, closer to where they're bringing them out, all the desserts on tray. Would you like to try a kosher jelly donut? Would you like to try a little cheesecake cake pop thing? They're coming right by us one after another. And we got first dibs on all the desserts as we're sitting on the floor eating our spectacular food, the glorious roast beef. I can't listen to Jim and Sam. Whatever, dude. I don't think they're anything close to special. So, good morning, Hope. You the man. Thank you, Ernest. How are you, buddy? Ken Gregory, looks like when they cut the power to the ghost storage in Ghostbusters. Right on. Well, the Ghostbusters house, or apartment, I should say, is no joke, kind of in this area. On the other side of these building is the Ghostbusters building. That's how close I am to that. And a little trivia, that building was also used in another very famous movie. And without looking it up, who's got the answer so I can put you on the big screen and we could all cheers and make you look like a superstar? What building in New York City was used in Ghostbusters and was used in another very famous movie? A little movie trivia for you, right? Nice view. Definitely not the poor section of New York. Whatever. The poor sections of New York even have amazing views. And what we're noticing in New York. Did you watch the final GOP debate? I did not. I saw a clip of Chris Christie. Look, the fact is Trump's going to be the nominee, and he didn't even have to do anything, which is hilarious. And Chris Christie's like, he didn't even have the balls to come here and debate us. And they all look like fools up there. They really do. None of those guys are going to be the nominee. None of those guys are going to even be the vice president. Trump will pick somebody off the board. Chris Christie's going after Trump hard. But Trump has an 81% approval rating, I believe, with his fellow Republicans. So, Chris Christie this whole time has just been pissing off people. And Chris Christie doesn't have a shot. And Chris Christie's also, he was in bed with Trump. So now for him to turn around and trash him the last year with these debates and with his campaign is just absolutely stupid because everyone remembers him being in bed with Trump. Chris Christie would have been a hero in politics if he was, pointing out everything Trump was doing wrong when he had the chance, when he was that close. But instead, he basically kissed his ass. And people see through all that crap. So, Chris Christie is a complete failure as far as going for the presidency. So there you go. But that's it. I saw one clip where, who was it? The Megyn Kelly. She's not bad on the eyes, the Megyn Kelly. She's better than that other blonde broad that's on Fox by a mile, by the way. By a mile. I forgot the other broad with the smirky lips. She's listening to her guest. What's her name? I forgot her name. She stinks. Megyn Kelly runs circles around her. But yeah, Megyn Kelly called out Chris Christie and basically said, look, you're going after Trump. He's got an 81% support in your party. You're basically pissing off everybody. You're not going to be the president. None of you guys on this stage are going to be the president. You should have a line of postcards from 500 feet above New York City or posters showing the skyline and sunrises you see. Oh, man, that's not a bad idea. It's too late now. I could have had a calendar because I could have got easily 12 amazing sunrises from this location. Set up a beautiful cat. You know what? I might do that. I might fucking do that. And then that would be a glorious calendar, right? And what do you call it? Sunrises of Manhattan in the cellophane. I like that idea, Vegas. For real. Wife and I have the house for family parties, anywhere between 10 and 25 people, depending on the occasion. Nothing worse than having people sit on the random collection of garbage folding chairs I keep in my basement. Yeah, but at least you got that. They didn't even set up folding chairs, Pat Duffy. Everybody was sitting on the floor, and they do this year after year. And I know our lobby's a little tight, so they probably would say, look, if we had all those chairs, then it would make it even tighter. But no one wants to sit their ass on a dirty rug that we all stampede on day after day, after every rainstorm and snowstorm, bringing our dogs back into the building that have shit falling out of their asses and shit paws. That's what we were sitting on last night. Because you can't clean your dog until you get him in the damn apartment. That's city living for you right there. What's up, Adam Hughes? What's better, the Ralph News or Sam Roberts joke? Or Sam Roberts joke. Oh, damn. No, I'm not going to be the guy like going after Howard because Ralph Cirella died. I'll leave that to other people. You know, I can't be that guy. I mean, the only thought I do have, and it's more of a real thought than anything, with Ralph Cirella's death, now we'll never know. Eh? Cheers. Cheers. Now we'll never know. Ralph brought a couple secrets to his grave. What's up, Britt? He's hate listening. Of course he is. Good morning, Open Squad. What's up, John Courts down there in Philly? How are you, my brother? Hey, A. Thompson, how about a donation? Yeah, how about some donations? I like this Ross Dog's broken spirit. Yeah, we're looking for fivers and likes. And also don't forget that a brand new episode of my other podcast, Comedy Quick Hits with Opie, just dropped about an hour ago. You could get that wherever you get your Comedy Quick Hits with Opie podcast. It's episode 9, all right? I do hate listening to them. Couldn't stand them on your show. Still can't stand them. Jim Miller. Hey, man, they're still trudging along, slowly working their way through the muck and the mud, getting absolutely nothing accomplished. Any celebs in my building? Man, yeah, there's one giant celeb. I don't know if I want to give away his name. Giant celeb in the sports world. I'll say that much. Then we had the Kathleen Turner. She lived right below me. And every time I was in the elevator with her, I was praying that she wouldn't put 2 and 2 together and realize I was the guy that had another guy. When I say I was the guy that had another guy, of course I'm talking about the Opie and Anthony show in general. So relax. So I was one of the guys. Maybe that's the way to say it. One of the guys that had another guy go to her little play on Broadway, The Graduate, and this guy, Paul Mercurio, stood up during her nude scene and screamed, "Hey, Kathleen, put your goddamn clothes back on." And we were splashed across the papers again. She lived in this building. Not only did she live in this building, she lived 1 floor below us. And when we were having construction, she heard our construction. And that's what we talked about when we were in the elevator together. And the whole time I'm like, oh my God, please don't recognize me. Please don't know she had no idea who I was. She didn't care who I was, thank God. And she was a very, very lovely lady. She thought our kids were beautiful and cute and all that. And then, I don't know, I think around COVID maybe, she hightailed it out of here. She's no longer in this building. And then the other one that's of significance, then there's like people that are well-known, but I don't know. They might be an author or something. They might be like one of those universe guys. I don't know. I mean, the smartest man in the world literally lives in the building next to me, and that would be Michio Kaku, who's working on string theory and quantum computing. And he walks around this neighborhood, and you could tell he don't want to talk to nobody because he's just trying to hold all that ridiculous egghead knowledge in his head. He doesn't want to lose any of that egghead knowledge, but he's very, very close to her. But the other person that lived in this building, I don't know. She's about 4 foot something. Like she was like, I would look down at her and she was like, Chris Kitchena, that, that one, the Chris Kitchena. How do you say her last name? Chris Kitchena. She was adorable, but very short, probably around 4'10". She appeared in all sorts of stuff. You sicken me. Oh my God. Keep judging women's looks, old man. Oh my God. Why are you mad? What made you mad? This is all just nonsense in the morning to get our days going. Why are you mad? Oh my God. The Kathleen Turner thing, that bothered you? Well, they made a big deal that she was getting naked in The Graduate, and we were shock jocks being idiots, and we decided this would be a great way to be idiots. I'm sorry it bothers you. It has to be that, right? Oh my God. You sicken me. You don't even have a real name or anything. But the Chris or the Christine Kachuk, does anyone know who I'm talking about? She had like a stage fall on her. And she was badly injured, and she had a giant neck brace. And I would see her walking her little dog, and we'd have small talk, and I would wish her well and all that. And she would try to turn her head like this to say thank you. She'd be like, "Oh, thank you for that. Thank you very much. Can you pick up my dog's poo? I can't bend." I might have picked up her poo once, but she lived in the building. But I forgot what her name is, man. Forgot what her damn name is. Bring your own chair. That's not a bad idea, Mike. We probably should have brought our own chairs and just sat down all nice instead on the rug with the knees up to our chest trying to eat some roast beef and saying no to the kosher jelly donuts. It's not a bad idea. Vince Scaramuzo, if there are no chairs, you can't linger longer. Get your donut and beat it. That's probably part of it. They probably wanted their lobby back. And then you got the curmudgeons. It's so funny. Like everyone's kind of festive, Some of the people got their hair did for the party, and certainly everyone's dressed up pretty nice. A lot of times we see these people in sweats, just like we're in sweats, just trying to get our kids to school or just trying to walk the dog. And then you got a few curmudgeons that walk through the front door, and we're all just sitting around the lobby, sitting on our fannies. And the curmudgeons walk in from whatever they were doing, and they huff and puff and get annoyed, like, "Oh, today's the holiday party," and they huff and puff all the way to the elevators. People are so weird, man. They really are weird. I'm fascinated by people. I hate Ross Dog's Broken Spirit. He's a kiss ass. I like that he's a kiss ass because he gets me stuff like this. 5 things. Shout out from Vancouver, and thank you also for Comedy Quick Hits with Opie. It's awesome to listen to at work. Thank you. You know what? The Comedy Quick Hits it's starting to grow a little bit. I got 9 episodes. It's literally really fast-paced, really funny, quick comedy. You can't even call them bits, because it's from the early days of my podcast, especially, and it's just really quick, funny moments just coming at you like this. The clips go one to the other, man. People are like, "Can you separate the clips?" I'm like, "No, I don't like that. I like the feel of it. Just feels like it's coming at you like this, almost like you have to listen to it twice to get everything." And they're short. Although this episode's a little long because there were a couple little longer, quick hits. But man, Steven, thank you. Because I'm really trying to push the second podcast. It's called Comedy Quick Hits with Opie. Find it wherever you get your podcast, all right? Actually, it's on because YouTube now has this is just too inside, but whatever. YouTube now has like a podcast angle to what they're doing. So my Comedy Quick Hits with Opie, it automatically downloads to my YouTube channel as well. So you can check it out there if you don't feel like, downloading it anywhere else. All right. Kathleen Turner seemed like an awful. Oh, geez, Joe Dale. I thought you forgot the D in there. Mercurio, that name rings a church bell. It sure does, Karmic. Mercurio was actually, he was decent. He was decent. I'm not going to get into the whole Sex for Sam thing with Paul Mercurio today, but he was decent. He did some decent stuff for us, you know. And he certainly did one of the benchmark bits for Opie and Anthony with Put Your Goddamn Clothes Back On. Oh, my God. Thank you, Karmic Chenoweth. Thank you. Yes, Chenoweth. She lived in this building. She's 4'0", man. She was like this tall, man. She was like 4'10", I would say. Wow, we got some beautiful pinks in the sky this morning, huh? Look at that. Oh, damn. Wow. I say wow because my camera's not doing this justice. Wow, that looks nice. That looks nice right now. You know what? Hold on. Let me I gotta hold on one sec. I gotta take this. You watch. I gotta take this. Take a video for the TikTok. Let's take a video for the TikTok. All right, you'll see that a little later. Because, I mean, what you're seeing on the screen doesn't do this justice. Holy crap, that sunrise is just amazing. It's the little things in life, you know? You see something like that, you got to stop and look and take it all in. Paul Juicy Mouth Mercurio, yes. So you're saying you and Michu average the neighborhood out. Very funny, RJ. Very funny. No, man, the Michu Kaku, he's just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. We used to have Michu Kaku on the show, and we used to have Neil deGrasse Tyson on the show. And what I loved about Neil deGrasse Tyson, he would just, there's not a better way to say it, so I'll say it this way. He would dumb everything down and make it fun. And Michu Kaku, man, within 2 minutes of being on the show, whoa, everything just blowing by your head, and you're just trying to keep up. But Neil deGrasse Tyson would just talk about it in a way that makes it so interesting. That's why he's so massively famous now. We had him on the show when he certainly was famous, but not on the level he is now. Holy crap, man. You can't turn on social media without checking out a whole bunch of Neil deGrasse Tyson clips, that's for sure. Kristen Chenoweth, yes. And she was living in the building after she had that massive accident. And all the paparazzi were trying to take their first picture of her with the giant like neck break. I think the stage literally fell on her neck or something. And, you know, I was outside. The story with the dog is actually true. And I did pick up her dog's poop once because she couldn't bend down. And I easily could have just been a dick, picked up my phone. Yo, TMZ, I might got something you like. I could have done this. I didn't do that. And everybody was wondering, you know, how she was doing and everything. And our building was, our lips were sealed. Everyone was protecting her and making sure, you know, no one got a picture of her or anything like that. And then she paid us back by moving out of the building. Kristen Chenoweth, thank you. But we didn't get the building. We have one more thing to do here, boys and girls. The Ghostbusters building, like I said earlier, is it's always backward. Is like kind of in this area. Kind of in this area is the world famous Ghostbusters building. It's a smaller building than it was in the movie, so from this vantage point, I don't think I could actually point out the building. But that same building was used in another very famous movie, and no one has it, really? W Man, oh damn, 5 members for my YouTube channel. Go and grab them immediately. Glad you used the CM Punk turn, LOL. W Man helps me out with my video. Excuse me. He's up there in Indiana. His name's Jason, and he just put together CM Punk video. Wait, I can play it here. It's really quick. And yes, of course, I acknowledge that one of the lines I use is from the great. Let me see if I can find it real fast. The great. Oh man, why can't I find it, man? Oh man, where the hell is it? Oh, I downloaded it on my phone, I think. That's why. Okay, it's not on my computer. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh well then. Anyway, it's on my stuff. You can see it later. See, this is what I told you. Now I'm moving into silhouette mode because it's too bright out there. Maybe I could turn up the light a little bit. But 5 members. W-Man just gifted 5 memberships for my YouTube channel, so go grab them. They go fast. Yeah, I guess that gives me a little more light, right? St. Ranger. I was trying to tell everybody the other day that St. Ranger's one of mine. What's up, St. Ranger, with the $5? I'm surprised she did a nude scene in a Broadway play. That seems tougher in front of a stage audience than a movie crew. Was she just topless? Cheers. I don't know. And you know what? I'm with you, St. Ranger. Like that person that's disgusted with me from something we did probably 20 years ago. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Let me look back at your life the past 20 years and see what you did wrong. And then I could beat the crap out of you 20 years later. But yeah, of course I give her credit for doing that. But we had to be our dumb shock jock selves and kind of exploit it and, you know, get the people talking. But of course, it was brave. And she had a I don't give a crap attitude. And she probably had the attitude of everybody's beautiful and lovely. So take a look at these. Thank you, St. Ranger, for the $5. I greatly appreciate it. You know, if you're not going to give me a $5, at least give me a like, okay? Good for you, Steven. Too bad John Quartz isn't more like you. Oh, there. John Quartz is very, very generous. You're not going to, don't give anything today. Don't let Ross Dogg's broken spirit strong arm you today. John Quartz, you got the Minash. You got Dead Fool when he pops up on this. Those are the guys that give pretty much every day. And then of course I got my guys on the Facebook that I'll show you in a little bit. They give every day. They just give every day a couple bucks every day. Boom, 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 boom. It's very nice and appreciative. And appreciative. And I'm very appreciative. Hey, you still have your Islanders seasons? No, I don't, Ira. Gave up on season tickets a long time ago when the Islanders stunk year after year after year after year. And living in Manhattan, it was really, really hard to get out to the Nassau Coliseum. I would have to take I would have to be in my car. Literally no later than 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I can remember, this goes way back at this point. I can remember many games just taking a nap in the Nassau Coliseum parking lot because I had to beat the traffic out of Manhattan, or it's a death ride. Literally, it would take you like close to 3 hours. So I would leave early and just hang out in the parking lot and sleep. You know, and we didn't really have all our action on our phone yet. So you couldn't, a lot of people are like, as long as you have your phone, what's the big deal? And what I have to say about that is, if you don't have what we have now, it was boring to just sit in the Nassau Coliseum because I beat the traffic so I could watch my dear Islanders. So I had to give up on that whole damn thing. By the way, that's another reason why I know over the years people make fun of the fact that I was live streaming from my car. And I thought it was pretty obvious. Look, I have the means to park my car in this building for the $800 a month. I have that. But after COVID, I was like, I could save $800 a month. Who doesn't want to save $800 a month? They also had the parking rules were very, very different, where you only had to move your car once a week. The average New Yorker, if they're parking on the street, they got to move it twice a week. And even more depending how you're parking. It's a long story. But during COVID or right after COVID, it was once a week. So I'm thinking, save $800 a month. I'll use that for something else. I have my phone, like I just said. So if I'm sitting in my car waiting for the street sweeper to go by, and sometimes you had to wait over an hour, who cares? I'm on my phone. And then I got the bright idea, why don't I just live stream from the car? It's very, very different than what everybody else is doing. But then, of course, you got these haters. They'll try to pick up on any tiny little thing they can find and blow it out of proportion. Next thing you know, I'm homeless. Next thing you know, I'm broke. Next thing you know, look how pathetic. All this stuff. When I'm just thinking, like, this is like very different than what everybody else is doing. I always like doing stuff differently than others. And then the only reason I don't do it to this day, the stupid city, because they need this. They need to catch more people parked on the wrong side of the street because they make a shitload of money with that whole scam. It's a big scam because, the theory is that the streets of New York need to be cleaned twice a week. So the street sweeper comes by and just blows all the dirt and grime from here to over here. And then, 2 days later, they're over here with the street sweeper, blowing the stuff from over here to over here. It's such a scam. And the whole thing is like, look, they don't give a crap if the streets are clean. They're hoping when the street sweeper comes through and technically it's illegal to park there for an hour and a half, that, the ticket agent people, they march up and down the streets and give tickets all day long. And it's a massive revenue stream for New York City. It's all horseshit. So when they moved it back to twice a week, I was like, all right, it's time to move back into the building with the car. And that's all that was. But, the haters will spin everything out of control. Sup, Ope? I love how evil you sometimes were on O&A. Do you ever miss messing with people like that? I still mess with people. I just mess with them in a very different way. The evilness, the darkness of it, I think has passed me by. But I love to this day busting balls. And if you're watching my Tuesdays at Get Parts, certainly some of that comes out. I love that. I love my Tuesdays at Get Parts concept. And I'm noticing that's going like this. Keep clicking, you bitches. You're helping me out. I noticed this. It's not anything to brag about, but I'm noticing the numbers are starting to creep up. And if you don't know what that's about, every Tuesday I go to Get Parts, a lovely beer place here in Manhattan, hang out with Matt, who owns the place, and he's a dear friend of mine now. We've known each other, I don't know, at least 5 years, maybe longer at this point. And more and more people are starting to stop by. And I love doing the live stream from there. It's very, very raw, very raw. And then what I'm doing is taking the live stream and I'm cutting them into, episodes that move along very nicely. And that playlist is also on my Facebook and my YouTube. I hope you've seen the playlist, and I hope you've clicked on a few of them. All right. The playlist is called See You Next Tuesday at Get Parts. Opie, thoughts on Stirring John saying he's going to throw you a beat? No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not. I'm well protected. No, he's not. No one's going to throw me a beating. I don't talk about some of the stuff I got that protects me and my family. No, he's not. No one's going to do that. He's a lunatic, an absolute lunatic. Biden 2024. Man, when people say Trump 2024, I'm going to say the same thing I say to those people. I hope it works out for you. There you go. I hope if you want Biden to be president again, it works out for you. If you want Trump, I hope it works out for you. I'll just figure out a way to just keep living my life no matter who the stupid president is. I'm not a believer. Believer. What's your favorite Believe song? Give us a call on your home of rock and roll. Don't Stop Believing. Go with Believer. Can you put some hold music on when you take your picks? Linger longer. Yes, I could do that, Ira. All right, let me freshen up my coffee. Let me make sure the kids are up. And then we'll wrap up. I think the sun is still cool to look at as I do a quick. I'll be really quick. I promise. Okay. I promise. Oh man, I need to take that video too. Oh my. Oh my. All right. Stay right there, guys. I'll be right back. Right back. All right. Sorry about that. I don't know. Maybe I should play something when I like run away like that. But I don't know. I like the casualness of this. I like that. And then you get people going, wait, he just walks away. Yeah. You could have a calendar where the buyers could choose the monthly picks themselves out of hundreds you will provide them to choose from. Oh, damn, really? That's the way they're doing calendars now? Okay. JD Straight Shot. Have you guys noticed that Jim and Sam have 3 producers and interns, and yet they have 0 production on the show? Oh, that's wonderful. Good morning, squad. Hey, Bob Lord, what's going on, brother? Good to see you, man. Michio Kaku is insanely smart. We need a guy like him as president, not these clueless politicians. Well, we've gone over this over the years. A lot of really smart brainiacs have basically said it's a waste of time to be the president because you don't really get anything done with the tug of war that happens in Washington and all the just the red tape and everything that just slows down the works. So a lot of these guys are like, look, why would I do that? I can make way more money as a CEO of a giant company, and I could actually make real change. Every politician, as soon as they talk about all the change they're going to do, that's why, going back to that question from earlier, that's why I didn't watch the debate, because I am so sick of watching these debates. I'm so sick of listening to these politicians where they say over and over again, my entire life, they enticed me my entire life. And they talk about all the change they're going to do if they're the president of the United States of America. And then, you know, with the luxury of time, you get to see what every president did. And it's like they got this much change done. Like this much, I think. So that's where I'm like, good for you. Oh, you're going to do all that, are you, as president? Really? I'll be surprised if you get one of those things done. Patrice said Michio was smart than a mother effer when he explained how oil and water can mix like it does in mayo. Jim was embarrassed. Well, was Jim embarrassed? Oh, shut up. Stupid Jim Norton. Oh, God, please don't bring his name up. He's a phony. Always was a phony. I like listening to Dr. Kaku's string theory from him on different shows. Okay, all right. Oh, damn, we got another show checking in. Oh, my God, I hope I'm doing well for this guy because he does a show, too. I was on Shuli's show Friday and was naturally disappointed you weren't there. I know you had your reasons. Just wanted to let you know that I don't buy the silly mythology that you weren't funny on O&A. Oh, I don't give a crap about that. What's weird is like, but thank you. What's weird about that is there's plenty of examples of me being funny all over the internet, and it bothers people because that was supposed to be the narrative. But there's just too much material out there where I am being funny, which makes it ridiculous in the end. But thank you, Tom. I appreciate it. Were they doing a whole rap about me not being funny? Were they? I don't click on any of this garbage. Building was used in the mass. Oh, dude guy. I don't know if that's true. That's not the one I'm thinking of. If you're just tuning in, and as soon as we get this answer, unless you give me super chats to keep me going, or at least hit the like. The Ghostbusters building, once again, I know, for the people that watched the whole live stream, they're like, I know, you already pointed out 3 times, but it's not this actual building, but it's in this area on the other side of these buildings because it's actually a short building. They added a bunch of floors to the Ghostbusters building to make it more ominous and taller, but the actual building is relatively short, as far as New York City goes. So that building in the Ghostbusters movie was right over there. It's right next to Central Park. And there was another very famous movie that actually used the exact same building. The people lived in this building. And it's not the devil's advocate. I don't think the Mask used that building. I'm going to have to look that up. That's not the one I'm looking for anyway. Gary Krasinski, what's up, Gary? What do you think Carl would have thought of Ron the Waiter and all these crazy stories? Carl legit loved Ron the Waiter. We only had one interaction with him, me and Carl. Carl thought he was really, really funny and really, really talented. I believe Ron's stories. I believe that he might pump him up a little bit. I also believe he's a little nervous to be on camera telling some of these stories. So I think he's kind of, but there's something with Ron the Waiter that we're, I'm molding him right now. But no, Carl loved Ron the Waiter. Carl jokingly was paranoid that Ron was going to take his gig. And he didn't have much of a gig with me at that point because me and Carl were just wandering around New York City. This is what's crazy because now this is what so many people are doing. So many people are doing. But when I got let go of SiriusXM, and the gigs kind of were like, there wasn't anything too exciting at first to grab onto. And certainly since the offers haven't been that exciting, and we've gone through all those. But so I was like, let's fucking just live stream. We'll do pop-up live streams on Facebook. I wasn't even doing it on YouTube because you couldn't do it to multiple places. And you weren't making money at it either. They didn't offer the stars or the super chats, And so we would just go to restaurants and just pop up. We weren't asking permission. We were sneaking into Get Parts doing the Facebook pop-ups. I hope you guys remember some of those. And what was unbelievable back then was when I did a pop-up live stream, the amount of people, it was thousands were watching. Thousands. But there was no way to monetize it or anything. And we were popping up all over the place. And one of the places was Pete's Tavern, and Ron the Waiter happened to be our waiter, and he was beyond hilarious. And then Carl was a little nervous that Ron was going to take his spot in these pop-ups. That's the God's honest truth. But of course, Carl was safe. Carl was so goddamn talented, man. Not gonna lie, that's a great view you got. Well, thank you, Steven. It's all right. It's all right. You're getting sued for hurting someone's feelings in 2000. We've had our share of lawsuits because of some of the dumb stuff we did on the radio. Some that people know about and others that people will never know about. Although I knew he met him on one of your pop-ups. Yeah, he absolutely he met him at Pete's Tavern. So there you go. GH, please say hello to Pam. We don't do shout-outs like that, Sadist. We don't do shout-outs like that. I can't say hello to Pam. I'm sorry. I'm too busy. Cheers. I love the car live streams. Thank you. But then, you have your haters. Your haters are always like this. They're watching every second. What could I exploit? I only need 30 seconds of him looking like a fool. There it is. And they spin it out of control. It's literally the easiest thing you could do with a live stream, a radio show, or a podcast. We loved doing October, but I don't think in the end, if I asked Anthony, I don't think it's even in our top 20 of greatest things we did with the Opie and Anthony show. I don't think he would put it in the top 20. I certainly wouldn't, because it was so easy. That's why we only did it for a month, because it also got old after a while. And it was great, and people love it, and it's a benchmark, certainly, for the hardcore fans. But also, like, I would go home going, that's pretty easy. There's a lot of the shows that we beat up. Look, enough time has passed, I could say this. A lot of the shows we beat up, they weren't that bad. They weren't, like, for our audience, obviously. And all it takes is, and this was the secret of Jocktober, and that's why these lame clip shows are absolutely lame, because all it takes is you just watch, and go, oh, he looks like a fool there. And you spin it out of control. I don't care who you are. All right, who are the big guys these days? Howard Stern, debatable. Joe Rogan, definitely way up there. Bert Kreischer, way up there. You can listen to their shit, and I could easily, within an hour, find clips where they look kind of lame ass, and then take that little, it could be 3 hours of amazing shit and 1 minute where they looked stupid on camera or said something stupid, and then you take it. This was Jocktober. Doesn't mean the person sucks. A lot of the shows we beat up, they actually didn't really suck. But the moments we found were hilarious for Jocktober, of course. You are killing it, my guy. The views paya. I don't know what is the views paya means. In your car was great. The Dot Indian dude did a headstand in the middle of the street. Dude, Vegas, I got to tell you, Vegas. Thank you. I love doing the live streams from the car. I thought it was so unique and different. And oh my God, I got to wrap up. I'm having too much fun. I'm like, what the hell? I got to go, guys. Let's start wrapping up. But this cab guy, which suspiciously, like the next day, my side views were missing for the first time. I think it was right after that guy. Coincidence? Hopefully, because this guy was awesome. He was a cab driver. He was taking a little respite. Saw I was like live streaming from my car, came up, and we started shooting the shit. And he gave me an amazing hour, just talking about all sorts of shit. And I love finding like new and unique people. This guy was so damn good, such a natural. We're doing yoga moves in the middle of the street. This is the stuff I live for. And then people go, well, we really just need to get you back in a studio. I'm like, oh, come on, man. Can't you figure this shit out? I don't want to be stuck in a studio. So, Vegas. So I got to tell you. So he gives me a great hour. I put it on my podcast. I put some of the videos out there. They did really well. And then I never got his number. He started following me, I think, on one of my Facebook pages, but I can't find him. I'm fortunate enough to have a decent following on Facebook, so it's so hard to go through all the names and try to figure them out. And no one looks like themselves in the picture, because I did try. And do you know, to this day, what the hell was his name? Sonny. To this day, when I'm in that area, because that area where I was live streaming, I'm in that area on a very regular basis. Let's just put it this way, that I yelled the name Sonny, hoping he's in the area, because where that was is a park, and there's always people around, a lot, like not a couple dozen, let's say. So there are times I'm on my electric scooter, flying by that spot, because it looks like he would go there from time to time. I would yell out Sonny. I do it to this day because I'm trying to find that guy. That's how great he was on the damn thing. Lost opportunity to let that guy go without getting his info. Did you know Ralph Cirella? Sean, I did not know Ralph Cirella, but working at SiriusXM for all the years we did, and of course, no one saw Howard Stern. Howard Stern would peek his head out. once every few months and walk the hallway, and everyone would be like starstruck, like they were seeing like Bigfoot or something. No joke. They would like, oh my God, like Howard. He acts like he's a big, company guy, but the fact is, no one's allowed to talk to him. No one's allowed to interact with him, and he literally makes sure no one sees him. But every once in a while, he has to do this or that, so he would walk the hallways. And everyone, I'm not going to lie to you, they would freak the F out when Howard would wander. With that said, though, the staffs of our show and the Howard Stern show, we mingled a lot because those guys were here and there all the effing time. And Ralph Cirella was another guy I ran into a bunch of times over the years in the hallways or whatever. And he was just very lovely and nice. He knew who I was. I obviously knew who he was. And, he would just say hi or whatever. And that was it. I don't think I ever had any small talk with the guy or anything, but he seemed like a very nice guy. I don't know much about him or anything. And it's a tragic loss for Howard Stern because they were really, really close. And it's a tragic loss for the fan base over there. And that's all I have to say about it. I'm not gonna like go all in and attack that Howard does when his enemies die or people close to his enemies die. I'm not going to do all that. It's just, honestly, it's really tragic. That was very, very tragic news that came out yesterday. Remember the side view mirrors on your truck, LOL? Well, yeah, I have to remember them because they're long gone. The side view mirrors were taken off my car twice. Oh, that's the other reason. Duh. I guess I have to. I'm trying to black that out. Duh. The other reason why I stopped live streaming from my car was because that was probably more the main reason than anything else. They took my side view mirrors twice within 2 weeks, and I was like, and I went to my precinct and I asked them about it. Well, actually, I was at the precinct for something else that I can't talk about. Can I? And I asked them, and they're like, "Look, they're impossible to catch. They work in teams. They got guys in electric scooters. For the people that don't know, although it seems like it's calmed down a little bit in recent months, they have an electric scooter guy goes flying up the streets. He's a spotter. He makes sure no one's on the street in general." And then he sees the beautiful cars. Oh, look at this Land Rover sitting here all nice. And then he quickly either texts or calls and says, Land Rover, on 76th Street, let's say. And then a van pulls up, or another car. I don't think it's a van because they were very under the radar. Then another person pulls up. I don't even know if they were using cars. It might be another guy in an electric scooter. And then the videos were online. And it shows that these guys could take your side view mirrors within seconds. And then they're reselling them to chop shops and stuff because they're a very expensive item. Trust me, they're a very expensive item. Oh my God. St. Ranger 1959 with the $10 as we start wrapping up. Passing the hat around as I leave. That means either give me a like, give me a $5, or make a promise that you're going to download episode 9 of Comedy Quick Hits with Opie. The latest episode just dropped, so promise you will download that and play it on the way to work today. It's a great listen for the car. I promise you. All right, St. Ranger 1959 with the $10. Good show at Get Parts. Thank you. I wasn't being negative about O&A or interactions with her. I don't crap on podcast hosts or shows. I was surprised when Julie Andrews did her topless scene in the Blake Edwards movie. Oh, my God. Remember that? What movie was that? I remember that. That wasn't in 10, right? Oh, what movie was that? Oh, St. Ranger, you're stumping me. You're stumping me. All right, I'll quickly go to another super chat. Flimsy, looks like Flimsy Greenberg. It's hard to read your name in the blue. $2. Hi, Pam. Oh, there you go. Pam is St. Ranger's wife, right? Right? St. Ranger's wife's name is Pam, I think. I don't know. I think I figured it all out. All right, so no one got it. You might have got it in the chat, and I scrolled by you. But another. All right, I'll grab a couple $2 before I leave. Good morning, Ben Carson. As Trump vice president, what you say? I don't know. Anthony's richer and more talented than Opie. I mean, okay. I don't think so, though. The richer part, no offense to Anthony, I don't think so. We spend our money very, very differently, sir. But I'm not attacking Anthony. If you need to attack me to prop up Anthony in your own stupid head, so be it. But I'm trying not to go down that dumb road these days. I have a lot to say about that, but I'm not going to say it. Okay, I'm not going to say it. Ben Carr says Trump's VP. I don't know. I don't care. I have no idea what that would mean for anybody. But so I'm sorry that you wasted your $2 because I don't have an opinion on that. So the house or the building over here, the Ghostbusters building. It's not one of these buildings, like I said, because the Ghostbusters building is a lot shorter. Central Park's right on the other side of my finger, basically. But the building that was used in Ghostbusters is right over there. It's right next to Central Park. And the other very big movie that building was used in is a movie probably, if you have kids, you're seeing this holiday season at least once or twice. And that movie would be Elf. Same building that they used for Ghostbusters, they used in Elf. Yes. Yes. Do you have any regrets from your days at O&A? I'm not. I mean, maybe, but I'm wrapping up. Maybe we could talk about some of that on another one of these live streams. I mean, one of my regrets for real is that I stayed on the show as long as I did. I was, there were jumping off points without getting into drama again. That I should have saw all the signs and said it's time to try to do something else. Because I'm one of these guys like. It's amazing what we accomplished as Opie and Anthony, but I just like. Then I liked. This is where it's stupid and weird, I know, but then I liked also just live streaming in my car. I know that doesn't make sense to a lot of people, but and now I like kind of hanging out at Get Parts with people I really like and I give a shit about and that are cool. Haven't had any drama whatsoever, and I like having a couple beers every Tuesday. When my friend Matt and whoever else shows up, and we're definitely trying to pump that up. I'm really enjoying that as well. 75 viewers, you're killing it. Thank you. Thanks for keeping track. Your number's a little low. I see way more than 75, but so be it. If you need to keep track of my numbers, I don't know what to tell you on that. Man, haters are weird, man. Haters are weird. All right. Opie baby. I think that's a good Opie baby, right? Opie baby. Right? I think that's what you were trying to say. Oh, geez, I got to go. Elf sucks. Wait a minute. Let me get an Elf sucks in here. Craig, are you trying too hard? Elf sucks. I saw it in theaters when I was young and thought it sucked. Can't believe it became a Christmas classic. What a heap of crap. I like Elf. Are you serious? Are you serious, Clark? I love the Elf. I'm trying to think what my favorite Christmas movie is. I saw Christmas Vacation recently. And I didn't feel like that movie holds up as well as it did back in the day. Certainly some great classic scenes in that movie, but I thought it was just okay. I'm trying to think of my favorite Christmas. Maybe we could do favorite Christmas movie next time. Bad Santa. Oh my God, Bad Santa is absolutely awesome. I don't think anything beats Home Alone and Home Alone 2 in New York. That's a rare one. Like movies. Oh God, I gotta go. And this is a great thought starter. There's a lot of movies that drop off dramatically. The first movie's so good, they make a second one, and then the second one is a heap of shit. Think Caddyshack 2. Think Ghostbusters. The second Ghostbusters movie is absolutely horrendous. And Home Alone, the first movie was so damn good. And then the second movie might have been better. That is so rare. The only other franchise I can think about where the first movie, was so damn good and the second one might have been better was The Godfather. Because most of these movies, the drop-off is very, very significant and very, very obvious. So, all right, I got to go. Thank you if you gave me a few bucks. Greatly appreciate it. It keeps me motivated. Picking up pocket money, I like that. For me to sit here and say I don't, it would be ridiculous. If you hit the likes are pretty high today. All right, so you did your job there. Thank you very much. And more importantly, I'm really trying to push my second podcast, Comedy Quick Hits with Opie. Episode 9 is out. I'm telling you, it's very different than everybody else's podcast out there. Like I said, I always try to do things very, very differently. And I've been listening to a lot of comedians doing their podcasts where they're just pontificating about the process and about their fame and about their narcissism and their egos on full display. It's like, oh my God. So I was like, you know what? We got to bring some fun and silliness and a quicker rhythm to the podcast world. So that's why I said, you know what? I think it's time for Comedy Quick Hits with Opie. So, get that wherever you get your podcasts. Episode 9 is terrific. Episode 9 has Artie Lang, has a lot of Artie Lang, a lot of Bert Kreischer, and a lot of Chris DiStefano. Those three guys are just, home run hitters. And then you got a little Vic Henley squeezed in there, Sherrod Small. I think that's it. I try to have more of a variety and more people on these things, but this one I concentrated on Bert Kreischer, Artie Lang, Chris DiStefano, and there's a whole bunch of dead pet stories that you might go, how is that funny? Trust me. Download episode 9, Comedy Quick Hits with Opie. It's called Hamster Dead is the name of the episode, and you'll see why, okay? And then get back to me. Tell me what you think. Your feedback is welcome, especially if you're a real person and you're not trying to just be a dick. I'd like to hear from you, all right? And someone requested Patrice O'Neill in the Comedy Quick Hits with Opie podcast. We will get there. We will get there. I want to expand here and there. I'm trying to stay away from the Opie and Anthony stuff for now, if you want to know the damn truth. Because there was a lot of really, really funny, good stuff that happened after that show imploded. And it's on full display. You can see for yourself. Comedy Quick Hits with Opie, episode 9, wherever you get